Hey, this is LJ Haydorn, and I am going to talk to you about this whole series of video blogs, vlogs, whatever you want to call them, on the tabletop role-playing games. This is I'm just going to start with the basic. I mean, the absolute basics. Like, what the heck is a tabletop role-playing game? And what are the basic things that you need to play them? So, for those of you who are already play tabletop role-playing games, you know there's no sense in looking at this video, but you can, unless you want to see my pretty face. No. So, anyways, as far as tabletop role-playing games go, really, it's a group of friends or people that will probably become friends who are just going to sit down, have a good time in an imaginary world of some sort. Now, that imaginary world could be anything. There are various companies out there who make products to cover a variety of imaginations, of your tastes. So whether it's science fiction or fantasy or any of that stuff. There's games out there that are completely in a box, and you don't need anything else besides that little box, and it's a little adventure that you can replay over and over again. But it's usually one adventure that you replay over and over again, and it doesn't usually vary. But you can replay it because a lot of times the way tabletop role-playing games are, there are variables in it that are set in motion by things such as dice. So that is one of the components of most tabletop role-playing games. So, with tabletop role-playing games, what you're gonna see in this series of coverage is the basic elements that you're gonna need, and I'll talk about that in some of the other episodes. But such as pen and paper, such as dice, some sort of representation of your characters on the table in front of you. The rule books or rule box sets that you will need, and those are the principal hardware or hard pieces, physical pieces that you will need. What else you will need is you'll need one person to be the storyteller to all this. The game master, the storyteller, the dungeon master, whatever he's called for that particular game. This is the person who paints the picture of the world that you're about to enter and gives you more information about what's about to happen to you. There's only one of those. Everybody else is the players, or PCs, player characters. They may call them other things too, but the players, we'll also say, are the ones who pick a singular role to play in the story that's being told, that's unfolding. And each person that is not the storyteller will be playing a role that they get to come up with and devise. Whether you are playing a dwarven warrior, or whether you're playing the space heroine who's out to save the universe. It totally depends on the game. You're only limited based upon the game system you're playing and your imagination. In other words, you're bound to have a good time as long as you can think about what you want to do. A lot of the games are set up so that they can actually help you there. They give you rules and mechanics to how the universe works. And the only thing is you have to look at the rules. But it's like playing anything. It's like playing a board game. Some board games are really easy. You look at Chutes and Ladders or Candyland. The rules are really easy, because they're made for a younger audience. As you get up in expertise and years. You find that, Candyland was great when you were young, but maybe now you want Risk or Monopoly or a variety of other games, board games. Now, if you have played any online role-playing games on your Xbox or PlayStation, Nintendo, you are already familiar with some of the concepts of what a role-playing game is. A party, a group of adventurers, heroes, heroines getting together and on a mission of some sort. And the mission may be a small one that leads to another small one that leads to another small one. And all these things stack up to a long, massive mission. You may even be told the massive mission right from the get-go. Sorry, I had a bug on me. But you may be told the mission right from the get-go. A big, massive one. You have to go to Mordor to defeat Sauron. Well, you just don't simply walk into Mordor. You have just little missions along the way. Things that happen. I'm sure if you read fantasy or science fiction, there's little things that happen to build to the story that finishes the novel. It's not just he had one little thing or she had one little thing that she did, and that was it. It was like trials, lots of little trials that build up to that grandiose ending. So that is what tabletop role-playing is. Now, as a tabletop role player, regardless of whether you're the storyteller or you're the player, the mission is to have fun. In whatever setting you come up with, based upon whatever system you decide to play. That's it. Have fun. It's get together, hang out with your friends, spend a few hours, and enjoy. So if that sounds appealing to talk about your imagination is running wild with you and how to defeat the aliens who are coming down to take on your planet and take it over, or how to free the town from the dragon who seeks to burn it to the ground. If all that sounds good to you, then keep going. Enjoy.